Why are you here?
Uh, I want to punch him in the face. Do it.
You defiled a girl who was with child. Don't even pretend that you regret what took place. Do you wonder why I came here? It is because I am disgusted with people like you, and the only way in my mind to rid the world of your ilk is to see you hanging from the gallows.
There you go.
All
Tell him,
right,
Sherlock.
all right. Is it about money, as you said in the letter? I have it, all right? There's no need for violence.
I've never written a single word to you. As you can see, I have a more direct approach.
That letter, it wasn't from you. So what do you want?
Answers, to start with.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas North.
We don't even know the guy's
British
name. We just
envoy
put
in
it there and
Cordon
just
on a
pecked
military
him.
mission. So, where do we start?
You know Mercurio.
Boniface Mercurio. Does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio.
Well, him, yes, I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence.
Blackmailing you.
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
How can I
I
show my
burnt it as soon as I
appreciation?
read it.
Ah, yes.
I've left enough
Thank you.
evidence. There's no need for any more.
Thanks for the sub, Sherry. What happened at the party?
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault.
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
Tried to steal the painting.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake. but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt.
Help the refugees.
Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all.
Help.
Naylor deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through.
All right, let's go to jail.
Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
All right, men, please. The envoy wants to hide the proof. The envoy's interest in the photograph is pragmatic. If he obtains it, nothing will threaten. I know. Don't give him the rip. Hold it. You say you hold it in case he backs out. All refugees are victims of the system, the situation they are in, and can be mended. Oh. British envoy violated Nayla, refugee during the party. If the photograph of the crime were to be released, it would ruin his career, or perhaps I could use that leverage to help the refugee camp. Oh. Boy. What do you guys think? Help out the refugees or send them to jail? I don't think I want to give it to him because he can just back out. Right? I think we should probably help the refugees. What do you think? The greater good, you think? Alright, we'll do it. Thomas Norton. Boucher has committed a terrible act. Even though he deserves to be brought to justice, I cannot overlook the opportunity to do greater good. Give the envoy the photograph in exchange. Alright.
Have you thought it all through?
Punch him again. Just punch him again.
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh, I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
So they just put me in a little room?
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
Thief is dead.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
Mercurio.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
Unfortunately, I could not locate the missing painting.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, such disappointing news. Not even a shred of information? The slightest lead?
I'm afraid the case has gone cold.
I suppose if you were unable to find it, no one else could. What a pity. Oh, but I can tell. You learned something else, didn't you? What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important, after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
What is it?
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
About my mother.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear. I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained, specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot
are you
imagine
touching
what
me?
you're feeling.
I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Right. No. This is way up. Alright, let's take a look here. So we got... Go back to home. There's that in for a penny. Oh, I hate that quest. Alright, let's go home. See what we got. Delivered? Is it outside? Oh, how did I miss that? Made.
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
Mermaid. I think we need to find out more about that Bernadette guy too. I think I'm missing something on that. Or maybe I messed it up since I didn't finish it. I think I messed it up.
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts.
Yeah, I think I messed it
I
up.
can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I
Mycroft?
had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare you?
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
Skeleton
Consequences
Museum,
of
you're
one's
visiting
actions
Kansas trip?
determines what
Maybe you'll
is
see a
right
mermaid.
or wrong.
Yes,
It's like this
exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
Could do with this dang thing.
I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something
brother
huge in the
loves
main
me.
hall.
Email. Fish tail.
It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
Impossible. It must have been something else.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, that mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine. Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around too.
It was my mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
Something with that picture that's highlighted in red, I bet. Right? Maybe?
I inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was made of two different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash the thing. Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened. I remember other people joined us.
Must not have smashed it there, John, if it's still there.
The workers took the artifact and placed it into the cabinet of curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that.
Oh, picture means nothing.
Ah, yes, my mother's studio. She was an authenticator, and this was her cabinet of curiosities.
I never saw the point.
Mother
What does it
said this
matter
was
if
among
some
the hunting
artifact is
trophies of a
real
Scottish
or not?
viscount.
It still exists. So he tried to persuade everyone that his forest was inhabited by these beasts. It would have been thrilling if it were actually true.
The full plate armor of Sir Robert Saunford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
Armor is armor, but look at his sword. Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade. Maybe you take it instead of your pistol.
Yes, yes, that'll help me in a gunfight. Foreign diploma found in the cabinet of curiosities. Someone deliberately ripped it into several pieces. Reassembled and translated, the diploma reads, on behalf of the board of the University of Geneva, Switzerland, we, rectors of the university, noted that Mr. Otto Richter has undergone the test required by the laws and regulations. Confer on him to degree of Doctor of Medicine with the rights of prerogatives so attached.
Clearly, it was deliberately torn. I wonder why someone would do that. The Tulpa, Studies in Tibetan Mentalism. An impressive number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject.
Cutscene through Dune? Oh, I love fantasy books. I'm reading a series right now. Slowly. Busy, but yeah, I love fantasy books. Stuff like that. Movies. Letter from Otto's brother. My dear brother, I've heard you recently arrived on Cordona. Have you come to see me? I do miss our evening conversations, even if we never agreed on our opinions. Cordona is home of a stunning new art gallery, which I visit every Thursday. Meet me there, and do not see Klaus. Left that name behind. Mr. Holmes is patient of considerable interest, and an ideal test subject to explore some of my theories. I will attempt to repeatedly immerse her in the traumatic situation that precipitated her mental illness. It is my belief that reliving that moment may give her mind a chance to embrace what happened, accept it, and effectively cure itself. I'm confident in my hypothesis and merely need to prove it. In addition, it is fortuitous to be around the broader Holmes family. Perhaps I will be able to also examine the hereditary of psychological traits, be they competencies or disorders. It is already apparent that the family members share an uncommonly high intelligence. It appears that the mother's condition has begun to affect the mind of the youngest boy, Sherlock. While I cannot conduct a proper medical examination due to the protectiveness of the older son, it seems that the boy suffers ongoing hallucinations in the form of an imaginary friend, John. The Mistborn series. Reading the Mistborn. I'm in the halfway. Where am I? I got the book right here. A little over halfway into the book. Good series. Good series. Like it.
And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their helmets. The so-called mummy of a Persian princess. The defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man.
Oh, well. Do I collect anything? Not really. I have a collection of stuff. I have, I don't know, tens of thousands of magic cards from back when I played in, late 90s? Books. You can see, behind me you can't see because of the green screen. We have 2 5-shelf bookshelves and a 3-shelf bookshelf, and almost all of them are my books.
Look, it's Roger. This jolly old man's well preserved. Even looks refreshed.
I doubt he drew much interest at the auction.
That's for the best. I'd be upset if he fell into the wrong hands.
Please accept my deepest gratitude for your recent help with that personal matter. I shudder to think what may have happened here, were not for your keen eye and sharp mind. Rest assured, should our paths cross once again, you'll be greeted by a grateful friend. His Honor, Judge McDougal. Yeah, I haven't read much in the past couple years. I've really slowed down on reading. Luciano.
Officer Luciano J. Placido. Reliable and driven. I recognize Mycroft's handwriting. So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep useful people at hand. This drawer was always closed. Only Mycroft knew how to open it.
Probably with a key.
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day. Oh, Sherry.
Dated 24th of April, 1869. Carefully opened.
Cornwall City Hall writes to inform you that the trial of Dr. Otto Richter in the death of Miss Violet Holmes has been assigned to his Honor Judge McDougal. Your application for a closed hearing has been granted. You are hereby informed that the prosecution has called you as a primary witness in the trial of Dr. Richter. You must present yourself at the criminal court of Cordona at the dates listed over leaf.
I'm starting to remember something.
The Hammer OD?
Oh, I remember these. We used them to spar together until Mycroft found out and forbade us from using real weapons.
You have to work 1 night shift, 1 week per month. Imagine that be your reading time.
This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake. 1852, Bingley, West Yorkshire.
I'm waiting for nice weather, and I could just sit out in our backyard.
An archaeological
Patio and
find
read.
should be here. It's far better than beneath the old city walls.
Oh, is that our skull that we had? Okay, want to look at anything else to look at?
One of the most ridiculous fakes I ever saw. Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable.
Hawkinson and Holman, Chapter 1.
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1, by
Oh.
Wallace Dioram.
Oh, Mycroft. He always acts so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
John, if I remember correctly, you couldn't put this book down. Another fake Holy Grail. Its owner claimed to be the heir of King Arthur. Scarcely believable. He also insisted a deadly rabbit was hunting him.
Alright, I believe we just got the blanket. Whatever this is. What is that? Looks like a blanket. Cozy.
I remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for...
Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
There must be more. Just guess there's nothing on the shelf since you're in my way. What am I missing? Like a Cthulhu? Missing. I have to be missing something. Nothing there. What was in there?